My name is Roland Thoms. I am the owner of Varsity Painting. And my story with Student Works begins a long time ago. Um, I'll tell you right now what I'm doing as Varsity Painting. Uh, I run a $10 million painting business. Can you believe it? 25 years later, I am still applying paint to homes. A little bit different now than how it used to be, but today, as we sit, I I run about a $10 million operation. We have 100 full-time painters, three full-time salespeople, um, a marketing team, and really, really happy with where we're at. We grow year over year. We got a real core, tight knit group of people. Very low turnover. Most of my main staff has been with me for 10 plus years, and that just really does a lot for my peace of mind, my quality of life, the lifestyle that I choose to live, which involves a fair amount of travel and pretty generous working hours. But it all started back in 1989, walking by a booth, said, learn how to run your own house painting business in the summertime. Went to an information meeting, saw the very dynamic Chris Thompson discussing what it really meant to run a student works painting operation in your hometown, and I was intrigued. Went through the interview process, and as a 19-year-old, I ran a summer house painting business in Stony Creek, Ontario. It was the toughest thing I ever did, and was just fabulous as well, working 10, 12, 14-hour days. I remember my parents being concerned because I was not really spending any time with them and just kind of using them. But at the same time, my dad was pretty proud as an entrepreneur himself that I was going out and getting this experience. So it was great. I came back and did it my second year, which whereas I made $20,000 my first year, I made $25,000 my second year, and it was even easier to do so. And that just sort of propelled me forward. Then I became a district manager, recruiting and supporting, training and supporting 12 rookie managers as they learned how to do it. And then as I finished my schooling, I was able to go full time as a general manager for 2 years in Ontario, and worked with another 20, 25 managers each year. And then, I got the bug. I wanted to start up my own division of the company, and we ended up settling on Northern California. And what an exceptional life choice that turned out to be. So we love Northern California. We've been here since the fall of 1993, so just a little over 25 years. My girlfriend, fiance, and I got married, and about a month later, we drove west. Humble beginnings. So basically, for 10 years, we ran a student works painting division in Northern California. We grew from 22 managers to 150 managers, operating in our living room in the first year, and then, of course, moving into an office shortly thereafter. 150 managers, about 1,000 painters at our peak. It was a crazy time, a lot of fun, and just very, very successful years. Interestingly, in the last year or two of that, we started to look into developing into a full-time division with full-time painters, full-time salespeople, and we transitioned in 1994. A lot of life events happened at that time too. It kind of all came together and made good sense for us to do that, and so we got out of the student painting model in 2004. And so for the last 15 years, we've been running a bit more of a traditional painting company, albeit we focus on multi-unit residential. So most of our work is homeowners associations, apartments, and also commercial work. So, like I said, we do about $10 million in business a year, or at least we will this year, and we grow by a couple million each year. So all is well, but that's kind of the story of our beginnings with Student Works, or my beginnings with Student Works, to where I am now. I think the greatest aspect of my time with Student Works, and specifically, well, I mean, the genesis starts with the very first year. There's three things that I think about. It's is stress management, uh, yeah, passion for life, and also just the confidence that one gains in doing something like this. So we'll start with that stress. Any rookie manager will reflect upon that first year and go, "Oh my gosh, what a, a stressful situation this particular customer was, or that situation was." And I had those exact same situations with clients, and geez, even my second year, we painted a car dealership, and we got overspray all over the tools of the mechanics tools. They're Snap-on red toolboxes, and here I am, a 20-year-old college student, and I had the service manager screaming at me on Monday morning when he showed up to work, and all the mechanics screaming at him, and just the stress that put on me at a very young age. And we had to bounce back, and I got my girlfriend and a couple painters, and we spent the next couple days just with a cloth and a little solvent trying to get the overspray off of all these Snap-on toolboxes. And that was kind of that situation when you get through that, then you have this deep exhale, and you feel good. And then the next stressful situation happens a month later, 2 months later, and it doesn't impact you as heavily. And you know how to process it, you know how to deal with it. And life is kind of like that. Life is a series of challenges which are thrown at you, and you've got to deal with. And how you deal with them is really the key to how you get through them, and how successfully you get through them. And I really kind of credit my time with Student Works as being um, that catalyst, that experience that helped me gain an ability for stress management. And needless to say, in the last 5 to 10 years, I've had significantly more stressful situations than that. But that was one of the initial building blocks, which led me to be able to manage stress a lot better now. In that same vein, I think about confidence. Confidence is everything. I think if you've got confidence and passion in life, and a solid work ethic, you've got it all. And so confidence, there's nothing. The only way to build confidence is experience. You can try to think you've got confidence. You can speak confidently. You can have great communication skills. But as far as a real knowing that you can do something, that only comes with the experience of going through it. And obviously, running the Student Works franchise back in the day, and all the subsequent moves since they're just confidence builders that help you in life. So that's critical. And then passion. You got to go full out after it. And uh, when you're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day, you are going after it, and you realize just how much energy you put into something can yield the earnings back, and the satisfaction back, and the just the knowing of running a successful business. So it's not like it's not unrewarded. That passion that you put into something, you see the fruits of your labor. And so that again has sort of paid dividends as I've gone through life, because I realized that, all right, how much energy I'm going to put in is going to be the earnings that I'm going to get out of this, or the results I'm going to get out of this. And you learn how to scale items. All right, if I can hire 150 managers to run in Northern California, that's going to mean that I'm going to do this level of sales, and can hope to yield this amount of profit. And in other aspects, I mean, my whole aspect, the thing I teach with my kids, true, is yeah, you gotta work hard, and then when you're working hard and you're going after it passionately, um, then you've earned your ability to go play hard. That seems to be a debate that we have from time to time. That they've certainly mastered the play hard scenario, and I'm trying to work on them to get that life balance. So, there's just so many great skills that we all have gained, from our experience with student works, and you know, I'm pretty grateful to what it's done as far as paving the way for my life here. And would I be in Northern California? I probably would not, had it not been for that time. And it's been a great fun ride. So best of success to all of you. The key, it's awesome. You get out of it what you put into it, and whether you make $7,000 or $17,000 as a manager, you get what you deserve. It's because that's what you put into it. But the reality is, you can always go back again and try it again, and take it up another level. So good on you. And that's it for me, Roland Thoms. And it's been a pleasure talking to you.